they are very important. One is whether or not General Sani Abacha, whom you are very close with, is culpable.
Hold on, it's your program. You have the initiative. When you ask your question, allow me land.
I've allowed you.
No,
but I said I'm not satisfied with
okay.
2 areas.
Ask about it. Ask it.
The issue, the one is, I talked about the monies that were linked to General Sani Abacha.
Hold on.
And you said,
hold on. The government of Abdulsalam Abubakar was the one we handed over to. I was the one that did the handing over. Every single tiny little thing, including the hooving of the room of the president, to show being detailed. That's how I handed it over. 1, to the office of the CSO. 2nd, to the president, to the head of state then that came. 3rd, you remember there was nobody in the office of General Dia. So all the contents that were left, that General Dia was the vice president. We handed it over to the vice president, all around me. You remember there were detainees also at that time. I had to protect. And so in the course of doing all this, it took me almost 2 months plus to get all things done and handed over. And I did. And I tell you this, that's why I always hit my chest. The government of Abdulsalam Abubakar, the government of President Obasanjo, did not only investigate me at home. They now consulted foreign companies. They came to meet me in prison. And some of them I know are security agents from some bigger financial crime detection teams. Took my fingerprints, my eyes, went around the whole world, including Nigeria. They found the accounts that they were paying me salary in. And nothing else. I'm transparent. I challenge the world. I challenge the government. They establish panels, and I ask the panel, if you have ever entrusted me with an assignment that I took 1 naira, 1 kobo out of it, I'm ready to accept being guilty as having stolen the entire resources of Nigeria till this moment, because there is none. I'm not that type of person. Hold on, I'm not that type of person. If you're accusing General Abacha of money, that's another thing. And I told you, I gave you an answer. It's because he's dead to answer for himself. But what I know is there was not a single naira that is government's own that I took or entrusted in my care. Have I answered you?
Not quite, but we need to move.
No,
not quite.
No.
The reason is, the reason why I'm saying that your closeness, the reason why I'm asking the question is because of your closeness. And I'm saying this money linked to him. You said it's because he's dead and some of this money, some people are involved.
I served him. Hold on. I served him. Every officer, every soldier, take oath of office, oath of commission. Listen carefully. Oath of allegiance. I brought this issue when Oputa panel was established in the year 2000 and 2001. And I talked about loyalty according to the dictates of the book. If it is not 100%, then there is no loyalty. And we did. You know what I did? At anywhere you put me to work, whether it was General Abacha then, whether at the time General Abdulsalam Abubakar came and you now said, this was the role you should play. If they had given it to me, the same service, the same loyalty. President Obasanjo came after him. If you had appointed me to work with General Obasanjo, the same service, the same commitment or much more. Anywhere you are taken to, the moment your loyalty becomes a bit shaky, then it's a compromised loyalty. Loyalty to the commander-in-chief is loyalty to the country. And today I can tell you that aspect of loyalty is one of the fundamental issues facing Nigeria, and extremely disturbing it is.
Right. Yeah. I have a quick one because we are 1 minute or thereabouts to break.
Right.
You're someone who has been charged with all sorts of offenses, so from drug trafficking to plot to overthrow government to murder and all sorts of things. And you're enmeshed in all of these allegations and charges. Would you say that loyalty?
Yes.
Well, those are the things that have made you put you in that difficult situation.
I told you about writing teams in sustaining propaganda for 15 years on me alone. And because they wanted to do away with General Abacha. General Abacha was not to survive 3 months, and God kept him. And we took oath of office and held on to that place. So to those who wanted General Abacha removed from within Nigeria and outside Nigeria, discovered that it was impossible. It was only possible if we are dead. And as soldiers, you behave like a soldier. And I don't hide my feelings. I don't hide my professional standing. If you give me the responsibility to guard this place today, nothing happens here. If it happens, remember we are dead. And that's what I exhibited. And that is what is expected. Yeah. A soldier that comes to be a compromised person is not ambassador of his family, is not ambassador of his profession, and cannot be trusted. And it's a shame to have such people who play with loyalty. I'm not that type of person. I take oath, I stand by the oath.
All right. You were trained as an intelligence officer, right?
Intelligence
officer, yeah. That's what you're trained in. Now, and you have said that there are some Nigerians who are like termites eating this nation.
Yes,
who are these people, and what do you mean?
It's a topic for another day. I said so from facts given to me and known to me from the services we rendered. And you know, I've been in this service for a very long time.
Who are these people?
And out of commitment and concern and care for the welfare of this country, I made this pronouncement.
And who are these people?
No, this is not the forum.
Are they highly placed people?
Met people from across Nigeria. When you are talking about the life of a country, a tiny little carpenter, maybe. A tiny little technician appointee, might be. Rich man B, might be. So this is another thing entirely.
What is their plan? What is their plan of eating up this country? Like
this is, you know, if you as a Nigerian sit and look at Nigeria and look at the number of years from independence to date and look at the records of Nigeria and take a glance at development in Nigeria, you know something is wrong, correct? Correct?
Yeah.
Something is very wrong. Those things that are wrong are what I'm pointing at. And God willing, some of us are in this business to be able to look at it and correct it legally, morally, and then democratically.
So some people are benefiting from corrupting this nation.
I think you know much more better than me. You have run numerous programs that has to do with these courses and these subjects.
So what would you do about corruption?
And numerous approaches concurrently that will go. And the structure in itself, to some of us, we found it faulty. We found it to be ineffective and then too small to contain the wide front of the corrupt persons in Nigeria. You do it legally, systematically, to be accepted by international law, and you condone it with ease.
Are these former military people?
Numerous, who are corrupt persons?
I'm asking those highly placed people you refer to that are eating this nation like termites. If you take the census of this country in knowing the correct persons, the record speaks for itself. So we are looking at a time when we come with civility and legally, morally and democratically, to have this wider front of containing it. Identification of corrupt persons, persons doing damage to the system, will face the law. For and on behalf of the country, for sanity to come in. Remember, no environment that wishes to prosper, especially wanting democracy to get entrenched, that should allow an environment where institutions are completely dead and you think you can invest there from. So today, you have institutions that have failed. So whatever you do will have no meaning. And that's why, unless institutions are now revived, corrected, molded, rehabilitated, at the end of the day, you may waste your time doing nothing, because nothing will be seen as an achievement. Anyone who